What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about why I feel DDG is leading the next generation. Some will say that DDG is this generation's Drake. Now, before we dive in, just get the intro out of the way. My name is Ron. I upload 3 videos on hip-hop every week. So if you don't want to miss a single upload, be sure to subscribe. It helps me out a ton. I'm on the grind to try to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the summer. So if you want to help me with that journey, I'd really appreciate it. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. DDG has been on a crazy run. He's recently became the 8th biggest streamer in the world, which is insane, bro. I didn't know that DDG had that much motion in the streaming community before I really looked into it. And I actually tuned into one of his streams. Typically, I'm not really on Twitch too much watching streams. I'm more of a... I'll catch the posts of the stream on YouTube. I watch a lot of Adapt, Blackboy Max. You know, I'll tune in. I like to watch it from time to time. I can see the appeal to streaming. I just never tune in live for one reason or another. But I was checking out DDG's stream, or one of the clips on Twitter, and I noticed that he crossed 40,000 subs. I think he's almost at 50,000 now, which is insane, bro. That's like, he's top 10 streamer in the world easily. I think he's number 8 on the list. And it's crazy because you look at DDG when he first started streaming. Look at this clip of him talking to Bruce.
You and DDG never had a conversation before, right?
I just hit 30K subs. DDG still at 700.
W30K chat.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, listen. I have a question.
But I'm saying, beyond this streaming, I'ma see this. See what he doing, bro? Like,
Hold on. Bruce, I got a question for you. Bruce, I have a question for you. Come back to your chair.
Oh my god.
You'll see in that clip, DDG only had about 700 subscribers. He was just starting off fresh getting into streaming, and now shit blew way past everybody's expectations. Nobody was really expecting DDG to become a huge streamer. And it's crazy because we've seen DDG do his thing since 2016, I want to say. That's the first time I heard of DDG. One of my homies, back when I was working at a Chick-fil-A, one of my homies was really into DDG's content, and I think DDG had like a course on blowing up, or just making content that he had bought into. I remember hearing something about that, but back in the day I just thought DDG was a corny YouTuber. But one of the things that really separates him from the rest of the competition, music-wise and content-wise, is that DDG is always ahead of the game. He's went from being a YouTuber to a musician to a streamer who still makes music content. And he succeeded at all 3 of those ventures, which is crazy to me. Because he's got, what, 3-4 million subs on his main channel, and then he's got another channel with 4 million subs, and then he's got his Spotify has 3.6 million monthly listeners, with Moonwalking and Calabasas in the hundreds of millions of streams. And to be one of the top Twitch streamers in the world, bro, that's 3 huge feats that, most people that work on content or whatever, they're aiming towards one of those. And to be able to achieve such high success in all 3 categories is insane to me. And honestly, some may say that DDG is not the biggest musically, which he's not. I think he could be way bigger if he really put a focus on the music. But it seems like right now his main focus is streaming. Streaming's probably bringing the most money, honestly, because, dude, I don't know if y'all know how much of a bag these streamers are bringing in, but I mean, if you look at it, Twitch donations, Twitch subs alone, that is a bag right there. $5-7 a month, and he's got 45,000 subs. I mean, that alone is crazy. And then posting the clips onto YouTube and posting the full version onto YouTube, I mean, that just makes for hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. So already from the streaming alone, DDG has crazy motion. There's really no need to make music or focus on the music at this point, and he's still doing the music and focusing on that side of things. He recently did his hit-a-thon, which, if y'all don't know, is just a subathon, but he's making music. I think he tried to record an album all in 1 week, which that's pretty crazy. And the reason I think that he's leading a generation is because he knows what the people really want and how to really look forward to the next step of going viral. He's very much ahead of the game in terms of every sense of content. He got in on YouTube in 2015, 2016, when a lot of people would have already considered it too late to start becoming a YouTuber, which is a crazy notion to me on a side note, that a lot of people are always like, oh, it's too late to become a YouTuber, or oh, that ship has sailed, it's too saturated. Just any of these creative ventures, never too late. They're ever growing, in my opinion. But that's a video for another day. And you look at him transitioning into making music, there are a lot of YouTubers who have tried to go the music route and never been successful at doing so, or just haven't been able to make that transition. So for DDG to be able to do it and to be able to have some big hits, have a record with Gunna, a record with Tory Lanez, The Baby, to be able to transition fully into mainstream music like that is very rare for a YouTuber. And the only times we've really seen it is what? Joji and Rice Gum, really? Like, we haven't really seen too much of an example of a YouTuber becoming a legitimate full on musician and staying a musician. Dochi is another good example, honestly, if you look at it. But a lot of y'all are gonna say, "Oh, she's an industry plant." Save me that. But back to the topic, I think that DDG is always staying ahead of the game, and I don't know if he'll stay a streamer forever, if he really even enjoys streaming. I think it's just that's what's hot right now. You know, that's what the young kids want to watch, and I think he's doing a good job at providing entertainment value and growing among the ranks of streamers and going to become one of the biggest streamers in the world. You don't really see that from everybody, and you don't really see a lot of content creators or a lot of people, celebrities, really have the work ethic that a DDG has. That's the one thing that you really can't, as much as people want to clown DDG online, or they might clown DDG online, the guy has a work ethic like no other. We've never seen, sure we have, but we've never seen a content creator who's just so who's DDG pumps out a ton of content. I'm sure he has a great team behind the scenes. I'm sure he has some great people that he works with that help him out. But bro, he pumps out a ton of content. I think he's done some of his streams just go on for crazy amount of times, and having clippers that really just help spread your content. And talked a little bit about it in this Complex interview. I can't really play it because I'm sure Complex will be on my ass with the copyright, but he talked a little bit about it, about how he's consistent with the content. And he even said that when he was on his way to becoming a YouTuber, he posted even 3 times a day sometimes, because he understands that consistency is key with these things. So being only 27 and being somebody who never takes his foot off the gas and just is so forward looking in terms of the content and being able to look so far ahead and just continuously stay in the forefront of people's minds, DDG has a crazy amount of motion as is. I think that that's going to continue to grow, and I think that he's really going to be huge over the next 10 years in terms of a creator, musician, whatever venture he wants to focus on. I think that DDG is the one celebrity that they can do whatever and be successful at it. I think that he definitely has some kind of obsessive fixation on whatever he's focused on at the moment, because to go from being in the studio every day to streaming 16 hours a day and now combining the two, he is super locked in on streaming right now. He was super locked in on music. He was super locked in on YouTube. So he's getting these super crazy results because he's locking in and putting in the work nonstop. I'm sure right now he's thinking about streaming 24 hours a day and how he can continue to pump out content and how he can continue to grow as a creator. And I think that's something that we don't see with musicians or creators enough, because a lot of these rappers are pretty lazy, bro, if you think about it. A lot of these streamers honestly have great work ethics compared to some musicians or even some YouTubers or just some content creators in general. I think that streaming is probably the hardest form of content creation and takes the biggest toll on your mental and even your physical sometimes with some of these IRL streamers that just do crazy shit. But I think that overall, DDG is sort of revolutionizing content. People aren't really appreciating it enough. He is spread across every form of content to the point where chances are if DDG walks outside, there's going to be a 5-year-old that recognizes him, and there's going to be a 70-year-old that recognizes him, because a 5-year-old saw a clip of his stream, and then the 70-year-old might have seen something related to DDG on Facebook. He is spread so far across different people's algorithms and different timelines, and it's just almost like Mr. Beast. He's able to pump out so many different types of content in terms of going to different platforms and things like this and different styles of content. So he's really transcending just focusing on streaming or being a YouTuber or being a musician. And he's trying to just be an overall A-list celebrity that anybody spits out the name DDG and you know his name or you've heard of him, which is commendable amount of work ethic and commendable effort to be able to do that, or to strive to do that, because you guys know DDG has a kid. He has this whole situation with his girl that happened. I'm sure that it's hard to focus on content as much as he is, with as much that you got going on. And he's able to do it. He's managing it well, and he's doing a really good job. And it's crazy to see the amount of success. And for the amount of success he has, it's crazy to see how much he interacts with his fans. He's on Twitter a lot, replying to fans. He's on Twitch, acknowledging people, subbing, donating, whatever, in the chat. which a lot of people don't do, and a lot of people don't interact with their fans. And I think that builds a little bit more of a connection with the fans to him personally, because they see how much they're able to connect with DDG and how he'll actually reply, compared to a lot of celebrities just don't even acknowledge their fans. So I think that's a cool thing to see. And I think overall DDG is going to have a successful next 10 years. I think he's here to stay, and I think that we're going to see a lot of DDG in the coming years. But what do you guys think? Are you guys a fan of DDG? Do you watch his streams? I've been tuned into his streams the past few days. I've really been enjoying him. He's a cool guy to listen to talk, and I can see why these young kids love streaming. I'm not old by any means. I'm only 26, but I see the value in wanting to watch streamers, and I've definitely tapped into a couple streamers recently. Before, I used to only watch Dante every now and then, but now I've sort of opened up to watching a lot more Twitch content on YouTube and shit. I might even start watching live here soon. I don't know, but we'll see. What do you guys think of DDG? Do you guys enjoy his music? Remember to like the video and subscribe if you did enjoy. If you're still here, I appreciate you a ton. You're a real one. Thank you so much for sticking all the way through the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, it helps me out a ton, and we're really trying to cross that 10,000 subscriber mark by the end of the summer. So if you want to help me out on that journey, I would really appreciate it. And I've got a lot of content coming for you guys. I got another video I'm posting tomorrow, and we're going to get on a roll with this content, man. We're going to get on a roll with the long form videos. I'm sort of trying to slow up on the shorts a little bit, just because I don't really enjoy making the shorts. I feel like I have to make 5 or 6 shorts a day in order to keep that traction going over on shorts. So I'd rather just focus on the long videos and just keep the content coming for you guys. So my name is Ron. Thank you guys again for sticking around and watching. Remember to drop a comment. Do you guys enjoy DDG's music? Do you enjoy his streams? What's your favorite aspect of DDG's career? I'd love to start a discussion with you guys in the comments. My name is Ron, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.